My name is Manmade and we're here at the Salzburg Global Seminar, and we were asked to try to explain or describe the landscape of how businesses, NGOs, government, investors, all these different people, how do we coexist, how do we interact, how do we, where are we on this map? So I'm going to try to give you a visual of how I see it, and hopefully it'll be useful for us all. So this is a result of many discussions with our team members, so I must say that it's a work in progress, and I hope that this will help you develop and improve on it. So after lots of discussion, we came up with the idea that this landscape really has a man-made, or we can discuss this or argue or debate, a man-made, what we call moat, body of water within our society that has different islands on it, and these different islands represent NGOs who have different requirements or different ways of looking at things. So one of these islands are religious charities. So we'll draw a little house of worship, and this house of worship serves the people who are in need with big smiley faces, as they normally distribute charitable donations or whatever the religious entities provide. I will use multiple religious symbols to try not to alienate any specific or any single segment of our society. But basically these are the NGOs that are comfortable, have been doing this for many, many years, have religious laws that encourage this generous giving. Then you have other segments that we'll just keep as other different types of people that are in need, so unhappy people. These people in need still exist. And you have a very interesting phenomenon of volunteers who like to cross over and serve this segment with a bridge. So I'll put this group of volunteers who are very comfortable crossing over, going to this bridge and helping people. Makes them feel very good. They're interacting with different causes, different groups who are in need. But what's the impact? It almost feels like there's no impact. We just keep going over the bridge, helping the people in need, but they're still there. Years and years go on and they're still in need. We have lots of volunteers, lots of work that's being done, and not much is changing. Then you have this new concept of social entrepreneurship. So these social entrepreneurs try to set up shop in areas that are in need by building organizations, companies, factories, warehouses, whatever, that employ these people who are in need. So they build their little empires, or head offices, businesses. That's what we're trying to draw here. Sometimes better than others, but serve these communities who are in need. So these people are serving families. They're not serving individuals. They're serving whole communities. And we see this as surrounded by this man-made body of water. This man-made body of water represents, why do I say it's man-made? Because NGOs operate in this sphere where there's tax benefits, where there's different rules and regulations that now gives this land of NGOs the benefit or the facility that they live here. But it's in our minds more than anything else. You also have these other entities or other companies, sometimes much larger than the ones that are social entrepreneurs, but these guys also build their headquarters, their empires, their businesses, but outside of the sphere of NGOs. So they're building them in regular communities, or regular neighborhoods, regular places. Some of these companies are also claiming to be very green. So you have these green buildings or green companies that build and operate within the sphere of normal society. But they do something interesting. They reclaim this land, claiming or trying to be closer to the people in need, and they call it CSR. So that CSR is actually reclaiming that land. If you were to think of it as a circle, and then it actually took over that land to try to get closer to the people in need. Now these companies actually create jobs, factories, work opportunities for mainstream society. So these factories that they build that create jobs serve other people who now have jobs. Now some of these people, we consider them to be informed individuals, and some of them aren't. So there's a question mark to symbolize people that are not informed. There are other opportunities, of course. You can look at different societies. This is industrial. You also have farming. So try to draw out some cute cows. And happy cows give a lot of milk. There's this notion of companies who help the community by giving farmers an additional cow and taking their milk as a repayment of that cow. So they double the farmer's production by giving him a cow, but they get really low prices on the milk. And we've had lots of debates on, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Would the farmers much rather have the ability to organize themselves and maybe buy their own cow with microfinancing or other social projects that would help them, and then have the freedom to sell their milk at whatever price the market was able to give them, the best price possible, hopefully for their best interest, or is giving them the cow and taking advantage of that a better solution for them? It's up to debate. Here we're trying to draw what one of our members called little fat kids, but the idea is children who are a product of this environment that we live in. Obesity, diabetes, these other problems that our society is plagued with. You find them popping up in lots of places. They're happy, but they're cursed with problems that are a result of this lifestyle or work environment that we have created. So we've got these people suffering from obesity throughout our simplified map. And they don't know why or how they got put into this situation, but they are. So this also gives a need for transparent information. So this transparency light bulb needs to shine to actually link and see what are the CSR programs, how are we serving our community, are we harming our community, or are we helping them? So then you have the question of data and information and measured data. So measurement. This data exists in our system try to depict it in a way that it's somewhat undigested, causing discomfort, or, for the lack of a better word, constipation. We don't know where it's going. It's all this data that's in our system, but it's not really going one way or the other. But the data is there and could be collected if we really wanted to. So we want to draw a few streets, trying to link that we are all connected, if we like it or not, one way or another. Just give a deeper shade of this water to give you the feeling that it is deep waters. And it does keep different segments of our society out. A very important element of all this is money. So all this data, all this information, all this money, this wealth that we have, these big bags of money, all this money is out there, and it's being used to serve and to fuel this NGOs around the world. But who's fueling this? So you have these communities, these large empires, other companies, other organizations, who have these much larger houses. Now, the larger investors with bigger homes are very generous and very kind by donating and funding this big pot of money that goes into serving different segments of our different NGOs that are operating within this moat. Now, an area of improvement to help get this information flow going and processing this data, we felt that it was important to use technology. So put ones and zeros to symbolize technology. Those ones and zeros make a big difference and can facilitate the digestion of this information and helping that transparent information fill up the gaps and the blanks in this picture. So there's also another important element, which is our governments. So governments, rules, regulations, they do play a rather crucial, important role in serving the society. Governments also have a lot of money. So there are tax dollars, there are subsidies, there are different elements that the government is then able to subsidize different elements. Then there was this notion of government subsidizing ethanol and the whole ethanol versus food idea. So let's draw us some corn. These green crops that are being used to either feed the people or fuel cars. These cars are using subsidies from the government to produce, or should they be feeding people who are in need? So, more food for thought. It's also important to remember our schooling system. Education is also very important to this. So schooling, governments, and there are all these people running around in all different segments of this, right? People over here, put little smiley faces on them all. But you also have some people over here that, if they work together, they could become a very powerful let's call them pressure group. So this pressure group that can work together can be a lever to push. We can call these people the wealthier, let's call them investors. So these pressure groups without faces, because we've seen that Greenpeace and other groups aren't about fame or one individual. It's about that collective group that wants to do good, to put pressure on investors to invest smartly, wisely, in better ways. Now, investors also invest in other things, other factories, other businesses, other warehouses, and they have all these little warehouses all over the place that store all these goods for consumers. So all these little boxes, goods and services that are made in these, rather large industrial plantations and factories. And this brings up the notion of what we're going to call positive and negative net value. Right? So these goods and services, these products that are coming out of these factories, are they fueling these products into society and causing problems like obesity and diabetes and other problems? But then these organizations contribute back to society by donating to solve obesity and diabetes, by donating to NGOs to solve those problems. So that's what we're going to call net value on that side. So you have all these workers who are happy because they have jobs and able to pay their bills, but they're also potential volunteers, they're also members of pressure groups, they're also farmers. So the PowerPoints are potentially people, wherever you go, be them by convincing investors and high net worth value people to invest wisely in projects such as social entrepreneurship, or investing in regular factories and regular industries that create jobs for the community if they have positive net value. If they have negative net value, then it somewhat seems strange to create jobs and create problems and then donate to solve the same problems that you're creating. But the question is, how do we differentiate between companies that are creating jobs for mainstream society and between companies that are creating social entrepreneurs that are creating jobs for underprivileged or disadvantaged societies? Is there a difference? Do these social entrepreneurs have positive and negative net present value or net future value? Why are we discounting the future? So looking at positive and negative social entrepreneurs and the impact they have on society, and also positive and negative net value of factories that create jobs for mainstream society, is there a difference? I don't know. That's for you guys to debate and discuss. So I think I've covered all the points that I wanted to discuss, and I thank you all for your time and hope you enjoy the video.